The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Longman Simplified English Series. Read by Siriya Boonlert. Chapter 16 Tom's Dream. Becky's Revenge. That was the great secret. The plan to return home with his brother pirates and attend their own funerals. They had sailed over to the Missouri side on a log at twilight on Saturday, landing 5 or 6 miles below the village. They had slept in the woods till nearly daylight, and had then crept through the back lanes and finished their sleep upstairs in the church. At breakfast on Monday morning, Aunt Polly and Mary were very loving to Tom and very attentive to his wants. There was an usual amount of talk in the course of which Aunt Polly said, "Well, perhaps it was a fine joke, Tom, but it was cruel to let me suffer so. If you could come over on a log to attend your funeral, you could have come over and told me that you were not dead." "Yes, you could have done that," said Mary, "and believe you would if you had truth of it." "Would you, Tom?" asked Aunt Polly, rather sadly. "Well, I don't know. It would have spoiled everything. Tom, I hope you love me as much as that," said Aunt Polly in a grief tone that discomforted the boy. "It would have been something if you cared enough to think of it, even if you didn't do it. Tom, you will look back someday when it's too late and wish you cared a little more for me when it would have cost you so little. Now, Auntie, you know that I do care for you." "I know it better if you show me that you care. I will now." "I thought," said Tom regretfully, "but I dreamed about you anyway. That's something. It isn't it? It isn't much. A cat does that, but it's better than nothing." "What did you dream?" "Why, Wednesday night I dreamed that you were sitting over there by the bed, and Sid was sitting by the wood box, and Mary next to him." "Well, so we did. So we always do." "And I dreamed that Joe Harper's mother was here." "Why, she was here. Did you dream any more?" "Oh, lots, but it's so dim now." "Well, try to remember. Can you?" Somehow it seemed to me that the wind blew the tide harder. "Tom, I wind did blow something yet?" Tom placed his finger on his forehead for an anxious minute and then said, "I have got it now. I have got it now." It blew the candle, and it seemed to me that you said, "Why, I believe that door. Good heavens!" "Go on, Tom, go on. Just let me think a moment, just a moment. Oh, yes, you said that you believe the door was open. That as true as I'm sitting here. I did, didn't I, Mary? Go on." And then, well, I won't be certain, but it seemed as if you made it go and well, what did I make him do, Tom? You made him, you made him. Shut it! Goodness gracious, I have never heard anything like that In all my days, there is some truth in dreams. Serena Harper shall know of this before I'm an hour older. When I tell her about my dreams, she says, "Rabbits and fans go on, Tom. Oh, it's all getting as bright as they now." Next, you said that I wasn't bad, only mischievous. And so I did. Well, well, go on, Tom. And then you began to cry. I did not for the first time either. And then Mr. Harper began to cry and says Joe was that the same, and she wished that she hadn't whipped him for talking the cream which she thrown away herself. Good Lord, Tom, this is a miracle. Goodness gracious. Go on, Tom. Then he said, "I don't think I said anything." Said sis, "Yes, you did." Sis said, "Mary, shut your mouth and let Tom go on." What did he say, Tom? He said, I think he said he hoped I was happier where I had gone to, but if I'd been better some times. There, do you hear that? He's very worse, and you made him shut up. I did. An angel must have shown you all that, Tom. There was an angel with you, and Mrs. Harper told about Joe making her jump, and you told about Peter and the painkiller. As I'm sitting here, then there was a lot of talk about having the funeral on Sunday, and then you and Mrs. Marble cried and she went. It happened just so, Tom. You couldn't have told it better if you seen it. And then what? And then I thought you prayed for me, and I could see you and hear every word. You went to bed, and I was so sorry that I wrote on a piece of bark, "We are not dead, we are only being pirates," and I put it by the candle. And then you looked so good lying there asleep that I thought I went and leaned over. I kissed you. Did you, Tom? Did you? I forgive you everything for that. And when she threw her arms about him, he felt the goodness of Williams. "Here's a big apple I have been saving for you, Tom, if you were ever found again. Now off you go, all of you. You wasted enough of my time." The children left for school and already went to call on Mrs. Harper and conquer her disbelief with Tom marvelous dream. What a hero Tom was now. I did not go jumping and dancing, but stepped with his chest out like a pirate who felt that the public eye was on him. He tried not to seem to see a look or hear the remarks as he passed along, but they were food and drink to him. Smaller boys and himself flocked at his heels, as proud to be seen with him as If he had been the drummer at a head of a procession or an elephant leading a circus into town, boy of his own side pretended not to know that he had been away at all, but in reality they were eaten up with envy. They would have given anything to have that dark, sunburned skin of his and his glittered in fame. At school, the children were so full of admiration for Tom and Joe that the two heroes soon became unbearably white. Finally, when they got out, they paused and went puffing around. The very height of glory was reached. Tom decided that he could be independent of Becky Dasher now. Glory was sufficient. He would live for glory now that he was distinguished. Perhaps she would be wanting to be friends again. Well, she would see that he could be as proud as some other people. Presently she arrived. Tom pretended not to see her. He moved away, joined a group of boys and girls, and began to talk. Soon he observed that she was running gaily to and fro, pretending to change schoolmates and screaming with laughter when she met a captor. But he noticed that she always met her captor in his neighborhood. After a time, she gave up playing and moved hesitantly about, glancing occasionally at Tom. Then she observed that Tom was talking more particularly to Amy Lawrence than to anyone else. She grew disturbed and uneasy at once. She tried to go away, but her feet led her to the group instinct. Mary, I want to tell you about the picnic, said Becky to a girl almost that Tom evil. Oh, who's going to give it? My mother going to let me have one. I hope she will let me come. She will the picnic for me. She will let anybody come that I want, and I want you. That's nice of you. When it's going to be? Soon, perhaps in a holidays. Oh, won't it be fun? Are you going to invite all the boys and girls? Yes, everyone who is a friend of mine all want to be. And she glanced at Tom, but he talked on to Amy Lawrence about the storm on the island and how the lightning tore the great tree to bits while he was standing within 3 feet of it, with a clapping of joyful hands. All the group back of invitations except Tom and Amy. Then Tom walked off with Amy. Becky's eyes filled with tears. She went as soon as she could and sat alone till the bell rang. Then she dried her eyes, held up her head, and said that she knew what she would do. During the interval, Tom continued in the company of Amy and Keith wandering about to find Becky in order to make her feel angry. At last he caught sight of her. She was sitting on a little bench behind the school, looking at a picture look was of Fred's temple, so deeply interested were they and so close together were their hands over the book that they did not seem to notice anything else. Chelsea ran red hot to Tom. He called himself a fool of throwing away the chance of becoming friends again with Becky had offered. Amy's happy talk became unbearable. Tom spoke vaguely about some things which he had to do and hastens away. She thinks that overrated full of better than I am. He thought, grinding his teeth. Oh, all right, I gave him a beating the first time I saw him and I will do it again. He went through the motion of fighting an imaginary boy, hitting the air and kicking and pouring. Oh, you have enough. Have you? You have you? Now let that be a lesson to you. And so the imaginary betting was finished. To his satisfaction, Tom went home at noon. His conscience could not bear any more of Amy's grateful happiness, and his jealousy made the sight of Becky and Alfred tremble together. Unbearable too. Becky looked at some more pictures with Alfred, but no Tom came to suffer. She grew miserable, and when Alfred kept on exclaiming, "Oh, here a nice one! Look at this!" she lost patience and said, "Oh, I don't care for them," and got up and walked away. Alfred went thoughtfully into the dessert room. He easily guessed the truth. The girl had simply made use of him to annoy Tom Sawyer. He wished that there was some way of getting that boy into trouble without much risk to himself. His eye fell on Tom's spelling book. Here was his opportunity. He opened it at the lessons for the afternoon and poured ink upon the bed. Becky, glancing in at a window behind him, saw him and moved away quickly. She hurried away, intending to find Tom and tell him. Tom would be thankful and their troubles would be end before she was halfway home. However, she changed her mind. She thought of Tom's treatment of her when she was talking about the picnic, and she determined to let him be punished on account of the damaged spelling book and to hate him forever too.